Hey, good morning. Yesterday class, who are missing, you please complete that work. We'll be done with logout and login afterwards. Yesterday class, we finished all the work. Yesterday class, we completed what? We created a login page, login.jsx, and we created a logout page, and we added some colors for that. So please go through that. Yesterday class. Yeah, yesterday class we done with the login.jsx file. Create the login page, create the button like on-click button. Login success means what? Dispatch to login red user by giving user that current.value. Navigate to what? Home page. Alert. Store.js, you can create the new slice like auth slice, authentication slice. Create what slice? Authentication slice. Take the state like is authenticated and the user object. If login means what? Set authentication is true and set authentication is what? True and set authentication is what? True and yeah, fine. Set authentication is true and set the local storage, right? Local storage is a bit important, guys. Real time is all about the local storage. Yesterday we done with the local storage. Local storage means what? Redex means when you refresh, then what happened? Data will loss. Redex, when you read the data, data will loss. Data will what? Loss. You want data loss, even refresh also you have to maintain the data now. Even refresh also we have to maintain the data. To maintain the data after refresh also, to maintain what? Data after what? Refresh. After refresh to maintain the data, we are going for what storage guys here? Local storage. And we discussed about useref hook. Useref hook you to read the data from form, right? And we discussed about the immer concept. What the immer here? We are writing the mutable code, immutable code. We are writing the regex is the by default what? Mutable, immutable. Immutable, but you are writing the push and pop is a mutable code. That immutable code will be converted into what? Immutable using what the concept here? Immer concept. What the concept name? But the concept is like immer, right? The concept is what? Immer, right? The concept is what? Immer. Good. And we discussed about the what's one more thing we discussed? Immer concept, local storage, use ref. And then yeah, I think what's your project you're creating every day? Go to the file menu, click on what? Open recent. React final project for that. Good. Go for the option like terminal, click on what? The new terminal. Tell me. So we are creating what? npm what? npm run what? Dev, right? npm run dev. So yesterday class we done with this code and F5173. Good. And we can close it. Yeah. So this one is the we done, guys. Click on the logout button. Fine. Right. This is the home page and the veg items, non-veg items, milk items, cart. Veg items like click on the add to cart. So cart is what? The cart data is maintained. After click on what? Apply 20% discount, apply the coupon code, complete the purchase, order is done. That's okay, fine. Yesterday class we targeted what button here? Sign in button. Click on the sign in. It is asking what? Login page. Enter the username is Ratan, password what? 123. Click on what button guys here? Login. See, once if you click on the login, you successfully logged in, navigated to home page. Navigate to what? Home page. It means you are sign in. Your sign in means the sign in button should appear, disappear. Disappear and sign out button should come. Sign out button should come. Just click on the sign in button, click on the login button. See guys here, sign in button is gone. We got the logout button and welcome what? Ratan. Like your name, you will get like your name. Welcome Ratan and what button guys here? Logout button. What button here? Logout. Once if we click on the logout button, then sign in button will come. Because you have to sign in, right? Yeah, that is yesterday class. We done a lot of work for that. Just you can go through that work. And Ratan at the rate what? 1, 2, 3, click on what button? Login. See guys, after refresh also that won't be gone. Generally, when you refresh, the data will lose. But after refreshing also data gone, welcome user showing. Welcome user is what? Showing, right? Because of local storage. Local storage will maintain the data after refresh also. Generally, when you refresh, the data will gone. Yeah, the data will what? Gone. But with after refresh also to maintain the data, we are going for the concept is what? Local storage. That is a local storage, guys. Click on the login button, logout button. And that is we done with the project, guys. That is the data here. Click on the home page, click on the veg items, click on the non-veg items, milk items, cart items, orders, sign in. About us, contact us is not about like any logic we written. Just you can write some message on the about us and what contact us. Make the project is ready. Make what project is ready. And that's all we done with the project. Contact us, about us, just click on the contact us, just load some data. About us what? Just load some data. But only this one is important. Sign in button is important. Sign in button means what? Enter the username, enter the password, click on what? Login. Then what happened? Sign in button gone. What button you got? Logout button with what? Welcome button. Click on what? Logout. Then you can go to what? Sign in, right? Yeah, that is the process we done yesterday. Yeah. Okay, today class we'll go for the topic like Axios, guys. The topic name Axios. Yeah, we done with Redux, Redux slices, reducers, use dispatch, use selector. We done with all that. We'll go for what the topic is here. Axios. Coming to the Axios, tell me what the Axios will do. I told you, Axios will interact with the backend. Interact with what? Backend. So Axios will interact with the backend, guys. Nothing but REST APIs. What APIs, guys? Here, REST APIs. So REST API means what? Service present in what? Internet, right? REST API means what? Service. Service what? Present in what we can say here? Internet, right? Service present in internet, that is called REST API. What API is here? REST APIs. REST APIs, observe one point and enter the last question. REST APIs will take the input. Take the input like JSON format. Remember that REST APIs what? Takes the tell me guys, takes the input in which format? Take the input in JSON format and takes the output, give the output which format? JSON format. REST APIs takes the input in which format? JSON format and tell me, gives the output in which format? Output in JSON format. Takes the input and gives output in what format? JSON format. But generally, we are writing what data? JavaScript objects. We are writing what objects here? Because the REST APIs we have to interact. The front end React. Tell me guys, the front end React will connect with what? Will connect with back end REST APIs. Back end what? REST APIs. Using what the concept name here? Axios. What the concept here? Axios. REST APIs means what? Just a service. REST API is what? Service present in internet. Nice. REST APIs will take the input which format? JSON. Gives output which format? JSON format. Good. So guys, we are working with React. React means what code you are writing? Tell me. React laying or but the React what code you are writing? What code you are writing? React we are writing the JavaScript object. React we are taking the JavaScript object like name, ID, salary, something like that. We are taking what object? JavaScript object. But REST API is required what object? JSON objects. What object? JSON object. So in the React we are writing the, tell me, in React we have what object? We have JavaScript object. But REST APIs need what? REST APIs needs what object here? JSON object. Object JSON object. It means what? Your JavaScript object we should convert into. Tell me yes, JavaScript object. Convert the which object? JavaScript object into which format is here? JSON object. Because REST API is required input is what data? JSON data. What data? React what data we have? React we have the JavaScript object. Convert the JavaScript object into which object? Tell me. JSON object. What object? JSON object, right? Got the point? Got the point? We got the point. In React, we are writing what objects? Tell me here. JavaScript object. But REST APIs needs JavaScript object or JSON object? REST APIs need what? JSON object. Otherwise, REST API convert the JavaScript object into which object here? JavaScript object into which object? JavaScript object into JSON object. JavaScript object into JSON. See, in interview, ask the question like how to convert the JavaScript object in JSON object or JSON object into what? JavaScript object, right? JSON object into what? JavaScript object. Okay, you write that points, write the points. Heading Axios. Okay, the front end React will connect with what? Back end. Connect the back end REST APIs using what the concept here? Axios. What is the REST API? What is purpose of REST APIs? What is REST API? Tell me guys, what is REST API? This REST API means what? It's a service present in internet. It is like basically service. First point is what? What is the purpose of? What is the purpose of what? Axios. The front end React application will connect with what? Back end REST APIs using Axios concept. Install the Axios. Yes, what is the dependency we need to install? What is the dependency we need to install for the Axios means? npm install Axios simply. npm install Axios, that's the dependency we need to install. What is the input output format taken by REST APIs? Is the input and output format taken by REST APIs. APIs will take the input in which format? No? JSON format. APIs will give the REST APIs. And REST APIs will give the output in which format? JSON format. Give the output in which format? JSON format. In JavaScript, in React we have which object? We have the JavaScript objects, but REST APIs needs the JSON object. So we need to convert. Guess we need to convert what? JavaScript object into JSON object. Then the question is what? How to convert JavaScript object into which object is here? JSON object. How to convert the JavaScript object into JSON object? You do one thing. Yeah. Before this, what is the syntax of what? JavaScript object. First, we need to understand what a JavaScript object is. I hope you written the JavaScript object, right? Tell me, yes, let what? Employee equal to, take the braces. First one is what? Employee, we taken the ID. Employee ID like this. Next one is what? Employee name, double quotes you can take that one. And employee salary. And employee salary you can take like, colon 10,000.45. That is called JavaScript object look like. What is the syntax of what? What is JSON full form? JavaScript object notation. See guys, the Java JSON objects contains the key value pair format. Keys must be strings. JSON will hold the data in what format guys here? Key and value format. Key and value format. The keys must be what? Strings. The keys must be strings means the same employee data I can take. Employee ID we have to get the input like this. Keys always strings guys. Double quotes we have to write. Keys must be strings. See, mostly same JavaScript object, JSON object, but only the difference is what? JavaScript object, you can write the keys like any format, like employee ID, employee name, employees, just like variable names. With JavaScript object, what here? That variable names you take. Here we taken the variable names. JSON will hold the data which format, key and value pair format. The keys must be strings. The database will take the input which format? JSON format. Output JSON. But React we have the data. React we have the JavaScript objects. Then the question is what? How to convert the JavaScript object into what? JSON object. Yeah, so what the conclusion we written? Last point is what? Conversion of what? Conversion of JavaScript object to JSON object, right? Good. Yeah, to convert the JavaScript object to JSON object, we'll go for the function like Settings. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So last one we discussed what how to convert the JavaScript object to what? JSON object. See guys, to do that simply can write one small code. To write the code like this is the app.jsx file. Let me create the new project guys for this one. Click on what? New file. Once if you click on what? New file. Click on what? New file. Click on what? New file. Yeah. Right click on what? Click on what? New file. Give the file name guys. What the file name you are converting? Converting what? JavaScript to JSON or JSON to JavaScript? JavaScript to JS to JavaScript to what? JS to JSON, right? JS to JSON conversion. JS to JSON conversion dot what? JSX file guys. Is the JS to JS to JSON. Fine guys, now conversion was not required. Just JS to what? JSON. Click on enter guys. This is the JS to JSON conversion. Tell me how to get the shortcut to get the component. React functional component export. React functional component export. React functional component export. Then you can click on enter button. Then you will get the JSON to like it. And you can close this div tag. Take the React fragments better, right? Good. Yes, write the logics inside this one, guys. First, you take the JavaScript object. Tell me, take the what object here? JS object. Take the JavaScript object, guys. Tell me how to take the JavaScript object. Let user equal to just you can give the JavaScript object. Tell me how do you use JavaScript object? మా మీరు నిద్రపోయిన లేపనమ్మా కాసు వింటే ఏంటంటే మానుకోండి you let use what user let what user next one is what just you can take the username username is what just you can take the next one is what this is a JSON object or JavaScript object because JSON object is the keys must be strings. These must be what? Strings. But these are the keys of strings and normal data now. Normal data, just you can take the name is what? Ratan, age is what? 30. And you can take the particular name is and location. Just you can take the location is what? You can take what? Hyderabad. Hyderabad, like that. That is what object? JSON the Pelican. JSON. Good. రా 10:30 క్లాస్కి రా రాత్రి అంతా డ్యూటీ చేస్తున్నావు కదా ఆఫీస్ వర్క్ చేసి పొద్దున్నే లేట్గా రా పర్లేదు దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సాటర్డే ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళాల సండే క్లాస్ ఈస్ దేర్ మీన్స్ యూ షుడ్ కమ్ టు ద క్లాస్ రైట్ సండే కాదు అట్లా ఈ ఉడుకు కావాలి వాస్ప్ లో ఉండి that is what object JavaScript object convert that JavaScript object to what conversion of what JS object to what object JSON. Hey, to convert the JS object to JSON guys, JSON dot we have function like stringify. JSON dot what? Stringify. So to convert that JavaScript object into the JSON object, we have the JSON dot what stringify function. The stringify function you can give what? Person object. Now person object, I think you taken what object guys here? User object, right? Just you can take the user object. That's it guys. Just you can take the letter. This is what object here? JSON object, right? This is like JSON object. That's it guys. You take in one JavaScript object. We are converting the JavaScript object into what object here? JSON object using what concept here? Stringify. JSON.stringify will convert that JavaScript object into what object? That's it guys. Just you can print that object guys. This is like what you can write h1. This is what object? JSON object printing. JSON object Tell me JSON what? Object printing. JSON object printing, close the H1 tag, and we can take what? Take what tag is pre-tag, something like that, paragraph or pre-tag. Now print what object, amma? JSON object. Print the JSON object like this. That's it. Just you can run this code. To run this code, go to the what? Outline, go for what? Terminal, go for this one, and you can click on what? npm, npm what? Run dev. npm run dev. So you given what object? JavaScript object, but you please check your output once. I think the port number 5174. Fine. Let's go for this one browser. Click on enter. Yeah, we got the what object is here. I think see you created the separate component. You created what component? Separate component. What the component name here? JS to JSON. What do you need to do? You can include export is already under Maida filter. Where we have to import. Because app.jsx is the main file, right? So we need to go for the app.jsx. In app.jsx, we need to route that component. Tell me guys how to make the component inclusion here. JavaScript to what? JSON, right? That's it, guys. Just you can close the brace like that, like this. Because app.jsx is the main logic, right? That's what app.jsx I included. What file? Tell me. Included what file? JavaScript to JSON conversion, right? That's all, guys. Go to the browser. Now you can see the output. Just you can what? Refresh. What the problem? I think fetch data. Yeah, we got the output. Fine. Yeah, see the output, guys. Here, this is what object? It is what object? How can you say that that is a JSON object? Because the keys in the single quotes are keys in what? Normal or double quotes are. If you want, you can do one thing. You take in the JavaScript object, right? You print the JavaScript object also. So go for this one here. This is a H1 tag, and you can be able to make the H3 tag. This is what object, guys? JSON object. This is the JSON object. Do one thing. This is what object? JSON object. And this is the JSON object. JSON object, JSON object, H3, fine. Original Java object you can print, guys. H3, guys, you can write what? H3. This is what original what object, guys, here? JavaScript object. Original JavaScript object, you can print what tag here? Pre-tag, something like that. Braces. This is what object, user. That's all. Guys, now we can see the output once. Click on what? Refresh. What happened here? Okay, right click on what? Inspect. And just you can refresh. The object is name and age location. Object is not a valid child. Object is not a valid tag child. Right? Object user user dot name. Okay. Then name printing. Then what? That is JSON object. That is what object? How to convert the JavaScript to JSON objects? Huh? Stringify. Write the point. So, JavaScript to JSON object. We use JSON.stringify to convert the JavaScript object into what? JSON string. JSON object. How to convert the JavaScript object into what object? JSON object. And yeah. How to convert the JavaScript into JavaScript JSON object. Example. Take the JavaScript object, conversion of JavaScript object into what? JSON object, and printing that JSON object printing. Right, that one is what? Conversion of JavaScript object to JavaScript object to JSON object. Second one is what? Conversion of. Next one is what? How to convert? At the point. How to convert? The JSON object into JavaScript. JSON.stringify previously we used. Now JSON.parse we have to use. JSON.parse to convert total we done the two functions. One is the JSON.stringify, one is the JSON.what? Parse. What the purpose of JSON.stringify? To convert the JavaScript to JSON. Parse means what? To convert the JSON to nice. JSON.parse to convert the JSON string back into the JavaScript object. Mr. John, age 30, city in New York. Hey, you take one expert JSON object and you print this data. You print all the values. Just you finish this one. You take the JSON object like let employee object JSON you can take employee. Tell me employee equal to just you can take the single JSON object. Don't take multiple. Which contains employee name. Tell me guys, employee name. That should be the what data guys here? String format. Employee name is Ratan. Next one is what? If you want, you can take the ID. These all the strings should be what double quotes here by default 1001. Employee name. Next one is what? ID name, and you can take the salary. Yeah, salary is what? 10,000.45. And you can take the ID name and the salary, and you take the email ID. Email ID is what? Ratan@gmail.com, like that. And you please take the address. ADDRESS. Address, observe carefully, guys. This is an nested JSON object. Again, we have the JSON object. Address contains what? Address object you can take. And address object means again it contains the data like tell me address contains what? Something like door number. Just you take that JSON object, print all the values. Print all the values. That's only one thing. Door number like 123 something like that. Fine. We can take the second one is what? Street. And we can take the street is what? Something like Amirpet. Yeah, Amirpet. And the state is what? State is like TS, something like that. You can take the data. And next one is you can how many employee class contains how many fields here total? How many fields employee class contains now? One ID, name, salary, email, address. Next one is this is what? Address is what data here? Object data. And you can take one more thing like skills. And you can take the skills. Skills is like one skill or multiple skills. Multiple skills means take the array of objects. Array of object. Yeah, take the array of object. Java. See, address is an array of object or single object. Single object. Skills are what? Array of objects. Java, like we can take the core Java. We can take what? Spring, and you can take what? Spring Boot. Spring and what? Spring Boot, and you can take what? Microservices. Microservices. Like that, you can take some skills like that. ReactJs, like that. That is called skills, guys. And just you can take the next one is what? Is admin. Admin is what? True. Is admin is what? True. So like that, you take the how many values you take in total? Tell me. ID, name, salary, email ID. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 fields, guys. Just to print the above details. Details just you can print it. Others are ID, others are name, salary, email ID, address. Address means like door number, street, and status. Skills are just print all the skills. Print all the skills. Yeah, like that you can take the data, guys. Take the JSON object. What I'm saying, just to take the JSON object and print the data. That's all. Just I'm saying print the data. Hi Ramya. No problem. Just he is talking yesterday. That's it. Just you can ignore it. Just take the ID and check the name and salary and email ID, address and skills and admin is true. Just you can print all the values. ID print it, name print it, salary print it, email ID print. Yeah, but the REST APIs will take the input which format? Hey, what the purpose of Axios? The purpose of Axios is what? The front end React will interact with what? Back end REST APIs using what? Axios. What is REST API? Service percentage and comment. What is the dependency we need to install? NPM install Axios. What is the input and output given by REST APIs? Input is JSON and output is what? JSON. And how to convert that? JSON means what? Which contains the data, which format? JSON contains data, which format? Key and key must be value can be any type. Value can be any type. The keys must be strings, guys. How to convert the JavaScript object into JSON? Still thinking about the React JavaScript object. Convert into JSON. Stringify. Think about what first of all JSON object or JavaScript object. Because we are the React developers, means we think about what object. JavaScript object. How to convert the JavaScript object to what object? JSON object. How to convert JavaScript to JSON? Stringify. JSON dot stringify. How to convert the JSON object to JavaScript? Parse. JSON dot what parse? Just you can take that string data and you take in the JavaScript object. Sorry, this is what object? JSON object. You print that all the details once. Print all the details. Print all the details. Wait, print the ID means how can you print that ID generally? ID means what? Employee data, ID. Next one is what? Name means employee data, name. Salary means employee data, salary. Like that. And email ID means employee data, email. These four fields are normal fields, guys. Normal field you can call directly, like, using object name. What the object name tell me here? Employee object. Directly you can address. Address is the nested object, right? So what is the main object here? Employee. Address is the nested object. Nested object means you can take the data. Take what? Data. Take the data like, employee dot address dot address dot what? Door number. That's all. Like you can call using main object dot sub object dot what? Variable name. Employee dot address dot door number. Employees dot address dot what? Street. Employee dot address dot what? State. Like that we have to take. Array. Skills is what? Array. You need to convert that array into what? What we can say? List items. Because this is what? Array object is. Array means what? Convert that into what? Convert that into what? What object is here? List object. To convert into the list object, tell me how to convert list object. Map we have to use, guys. Just you can write the skills dot what? Tell me skills dot what? Map. Map means map is expecting what? Arrow. Before arrow, how many arguments? Many arguments are. What are the two arguments? One is the item, second one is the index. Nice. Just you can take the braces like this. In the braces, you can take what I get. List item opening and what? List item closing. Then tell me guys, list item contains what? Key equal to what? Braces what? Index. And you take the later guys here, not item, there's a skill, right? Just you can take the item better, skill better, skill. Just you can take the skill, first skill, second skill, automatically the loop will what? Will make it better, right? Exactly. Yeah, take that point also. Huh? Skill in the curly braces, good. Skill in the curly braces. Take the skill in the curly braces. Skill in what braces? Curly braces. Ask me. May is asking when this course will be completed, sir. This last Saturday. This Saturday will be last class. Come here. Yeah, we complete the project and this week we'll go for some Axios patchworks. We done with the project, right? This week, like Saturday we'll finish. React this Saturday is last class. I'll give some entry questions. We'll discuss one day with entry questions. And Axios, some small concepts are there. We'll finish by this Saturday. 3 weeks. Yeah, this is the printing like employee details like ID, name, and salary. These are the normal objects. What objects are normal objects? This is like an nested object printing. This is like printing what? This is the printing the normal values. Printing the, tell me guys, printing the values directly. Printing the values directly. And this is what? Printing the, tell me, printing what object? Nested object. And this is the printing the array data. Printing what data? Array data. Printing array data. Hey, see, up to now we are creating the components. How we are creating the components using function, right? Using what? Yeah, in the real time is all about the functional components, guys. Generally, there are two types of components we have. How many types of components are? Two types. One is the functional components. This is only recommended in the real time. Class level components not required. But some people ask like how many types of components means you all tell the answer. That's what the components can be created how many ways? Two ways. One is the functional level components and what the class level components. Now up to now we created what components are? Class components or function components are. See, function components very simple and straightforward approach. And the industry are using like function level components. Class level components completely outdated, guys. Just you should know just how to create what class level components. See, guys, here the class app extends what component. See, there is no function here. We have the function. Generally, here we what we have tell me here function. Previously, we use what function app something like that. Now we have the function class class. What the class name here? App extends extends what? Extends the component. To make the class level component, you take the class. You take what? Class, which extends what? Which extends what? Predefined component. The component name is like component, right? Yeah, you need to write a render. Inside the render, you can write what? Return statement. As you know, return statement is common. This is a React what? Fragment. And this is H1 tag and what? H2 tag that is common. These all are common, guys. Only the point is what? Only previously taken what? Okay, you taken what? Function name you taken, but this is a functional component, a class level component. Class level component means you take the class which extends what? Huh? It extends the component, right? Exactly. Yeah, that's what go for the app.jsx file or app.jsx file. I'll remove this is a what component? Tell me here. Function component. You would delete this function component. You write the class component. Tell me how to write the class component. Take the class component name is what? App extends what? Extends the component. Extends what? Component. Guys, after that you need to write what? Render. What function, guys, here? Render. In the render, just you can write the return statement. This is the component, class level component, guys. Like that you can make the code. So you write the render function. Inside the render function, what function here? Return statement. So no, that is the point. Just you can take the this is the return statement. In the return statement, you know the code already, right? This is what H1 React fragment. This is what tag H1 tag. This is what tag H2 tag, right? That's all. Hello world, welcome to what? React, what component here? Class level component. How many types of components total we have? Two types. One is function component, second one is in industry what we are using now? We are using functional component only. But some people are saying class level components means, yeah, I know class level component just to create the class name extends what? A component, write the return statement as remaining code is what? Common code, right? Good. Guys, go for the browser, just you can see that, yeah. Just you can go for the refresh, right click and what inspect. Once if you inspect, go for the console. See guys, here we have the issue. See guys, errors are common. Always you have to go for the console, try to rectify the errors. It's not like giving the laptops to lab faculties and trying to rectify the errors. Errors are what? Developer means errors. What is error? Just like I got the, I didn't get the output. What I done inspect. Go on check the requested module does not provide the export option. It means that line export is what? There or not there? Not there. Go on check the export option. Clearly saying right. So clearly saying that export is not there. Go at bottom side. I don't have the export. Tell me guys, export default what? App. That's all. Export default what? App. Just you can come to the browser. Then what you can say here? Refresh once. If you click on the refresh, now we got the output. This is what? Hello world. Hello world what? React class component. What component? Yeah. How many types of components in the React? One is the industry using class components or functional components. Everything is a functional component is better. Functional component is better. Guys, like that we have the functional components. The app class, the class app class React component extends what? React component inside the render method. Right, fine, that is good. Good. Write the points. How many types of components there are? There are two types of components in the React. One is what? Functional components. Second one is what? Class components. There are two types of components in React. One is a functional level component, second one is a class level component. Class component, functional components. Refresh, data will lose. You had to enter the vegetable items like that, data will lose. Refresh it. Yesterday class we discussed local storage. We have after refresh also data will lose or data will not lose. Yesterday discussed what the concept? Immer concept. We'll ask the question like what the purpose of immer. We discussed about useref concept. What the purpose of what useref? Okay, fine. And that is what component? Class level component. Take the class which extends what? Take the take the class which is what? Which is the subclass of what? Which is the subclass of what? Which is the subclass of component. Inside the render method, use return statement. Inside the render method, use return statement to display the display the data in what browser. Inside what method? Render method. Use what statement? Return statement to display the data in what browser. That is nice. Yeah, that's all for the today class. Meeting tomorrow. We'll continue. Evening 4 o'clock. Sorry. And then people bye.